Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. You are seeing it all over Instagram reel, people plunging into freezing ice bath, screaming, shaking and smiling afterward like it changed their life. But here's the wild part. Science is actually backing them up. So here's the question. Can dunking yourself in ice cold water every day actually make you live longer, think sharper and feel unstoppable? This is not just some social media stunt anymore. Cold plunges, also known as ice baths, are quickly becoming one of the most powerful wellness tools of 2025. From Silicon Valley execs to pro athletes to everyday folks looking for a life edge, people are swearing by it. And they are not just doing it for the views, they are doing it for real mental clarity, faster recovery, and possibly even an extended lifespan. Some says it's better than caffeine, others says it's changed their entire relationship with stress and anxiety. In this video, I am breaking down exactly why cold plunges work, how they impact your brain and body, the science behind the chill, and how to start without shocking your system. If you are ever thought there is no way I am getting into that freezing water, stick around. By the end of this, you might just change your mind. So, what exactly is a cold plunge? At its core, it's pretty simple. You submerge your body in cold water, usually between 37 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit or 3 to 13 degrees Celsius, for a short amount of time, usually 2 to 5 minutes. You are probably heard of ice baths, often used by athletes after intense training. But in 2025, it's evolved into a full blown lifestyle trend. There are luxury cold plunge tubs, portable ice bath barrels, and even DIY setups using chest freezers or inflatable taps and bags of ice. Some people go a step further and use cryotherapy chambers, exposing the body to sub-zero air for a few minutes. Others start smaller with cold showers, easing into the practice. What makes cold plunging different from just being cold outside is the intentional immersion and how it targets your nervous system and blood flow with pinpoint intensity. The cold sends your body into a short-term stress state, triggering a powerful biological response. Your heart rate spikes, blood vessels constrict, and your brain kicks into a high alert. But here's the kicker: once you get out, the rebound effect brings calm, clarity, energy, and even a sense of euphoria that lasts for hours. Alright, so let's talk science. How can getting painfully cold for a few minutes possibly add years to your life? It all comes down to a concept called hormesis. That's when a little bit of stress on your body actually make it stronger. Cold exposure is a form of good stress that forces your body to adapt, grow more resilient, and perform better over time. One major way it does this is by activating something called brown fat, a special kind of fat that burns energy instead of storing it. This ramps up your metabolism, improves insulin sensitivity, and enhances overall energy balance, key makers for long-term health. But it gets even deeper. Cold plunges triggers cold shock protein, which repair damaged cells, reduce inflammations, and protect your DNA. They also boost norepinephrine, a hormone and neurotransmitter that sharpens focus and plays a role in reducing chronic inflammation, a core driver of aging. And let's talk mitochondria. These are the tiny engines inside your cells and they power almost everything you do. Cold exposures help maintain mitochondrial functions, which is critical for energy, longevity, and disease prevention. A 2023 study in cell metabolism found that cold exposure lowered oxidative stress markers in adults over 40. Those little signs of wear and tear that build up as we age. Less oxidative stress is equal to slower aging. Another longitudinal study from Finland looked at cold water swimmers and found significantly better cardiovascular health, reduced CRP levels, a major marker of inflammation, and even improved mood and sleep patterns. And here's something fascinating. Cold plunging may even help trigger autophagy, your body's natural recycling system. This is when your cells clean out damaged parts and regenerate. It's like a deep cleanse for your body at the cellular level. So yeah, it's cold, it's uncomfortable, but those minutes in the ice might just be training your body to age slower, fight harder and stay sharper. When you zoom out, cold plunges are not just trendy, they are cutting edge way to activate your biology's full potential. Now beyond the science, let's talk about what people actually feel when they start cold plunging. Because this is not just about aging slower, it's about living better right now. One of the most noticeable benefits is the dopamine rush. After just few minutes in cold water, your body releases a surge of dopamine, sometimes increasing levels by 250% or more. That the feel good chemical that boosts motivation, energy and mood. And the best part, the effect can last for hours, not just minutes. Another bonus, people report stronger immune systems. There are growing evidence that cold exposure stimulates white blood cell productions, which help fight off infections and viruses more effectively. Especially in winter, many swear they get sick less often. Some cold plungers also mentions better skin quality due to increased circulation and even fewer migraines due to the neurological reset effect. And there is a psychological benefits that harder to measure but easy to feel discipline. When you wake up and throw yourself into a freezing water, it sets the tone for your whole day. You are already done the hardest thing and everything else feels easier. In a world full of shortcut and comfort, cold plunging forces you to face discomfort head on. And that does something powerful to your mindset and confidence. It's not just a trend, it's a tool, a habit, a lifestyle that builds strength, clarity, and resilience. One plunger at a time. Let's be real. Cold plunging is not all sunshine and dopamine. There are some real risks and a lot of misconceptions out there. First, the most common myth, you will get sick from going into cold water. Actually, the opposite might be true. When done safely, cold exposure can help strengthen your immune system. Getting sick comes from viruses, not cold temperature. Another misconception that you need to plunge for 10 minutes or more to see results. You don't. In fact, just 2 to 3 minutes a few times a week is enough to trigger benefits. Going too long can lead to hypothermia or cold shocks, especially for beginners. Now let's talk about real risk. If you have cardiovascular issues, high blood pressure, or any condition that could be aggravated by extreme cold, talk to your doctor first. Cold plunges spike your heart rate and blood pressure, which can be dangerous for some people. The key is to ease into it. Start with cold shower, listen to your body, and don't push beyond your limit. The goal is controlled stress, not trauma. Done right, cold plunging is incredibly safe, powerful, and adaptable to any lifestyle. But like any wellness tool, need respect and a smart approach. Alright, so you are curious. How do you start? The easiest way, cold shower. Start with 30 seconds at the end of your normal shower. Gradually work up to 2 minutes of full cold. Once you are ready, try a basic ice bath setup. A tub or bin with cold water and a bag or two of ice. Ideal temperature 50 to 55 degree Fahrenheit, that is 10 to 13 degrees Celsius. Time 2 to 3 minutes. Do it 2 to 4 times a week. Consistency matters more than duration. And most importantly, focus on your breath. Slow, deep breathing calms the shock and make the plunge doable. Now let's knock out the final. So, is cold plunging the magic bullet for eternal youth? Maybe not. But as daily habit, it's one of the most effective tools out there for boosting your mood, sharpening your mind, and building serious resilience. You do not need to be an athlete, a monk, or a biohacker. Just be someone willing to do something uncomfortable. Because on the other side of that discomfort is power. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, drop a comment, about your first cold plunge experience and share it with someone who need it, and hit that subscribe button for more wellness breakdown like this. Thanks for watching and see you again.